Welcome, Capricorn, to your April love reading. Hope your friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please hit that big old like button and subscribe. Looks like there's something going on that's over emotional, whether it's you or the person you're dealing with. Someone is being very overly emotional about the situation that's going on at this time. Could just be the time of the month, however it is, right? Just saying, you know what, I'm not really feeling it right now, right? Okay. Just not really dealing with this. This is about wanting to give. I do feel like, ooh, somebody's feeling over emotional about the situation because somebody wants to, it's almost like I want to give to the situation, or maybe they feel like they want you to over give in the situation where it doesn't feel like you're really receiving anything in return. So it could be that's why you're being a little over emotional about the situation. I do feel it's you. Just saying, um, if you know it's not you, then go ahead and change that around because it is a general reading, right? Energies do mix and match like that. But it almost feels like it's because, look, there was a lot of confusion, but there was also a lot of worry that if I'm overcommitted and over giving to you, then it's almost like you never are giving back to me. So it does feel like you're being a little over emotional about the situation, or they're seeing it as being over emotional, you know, because it's kind of like but I feel like you're holding back, right? Because of the over emotions. Because it just feels like, you know what, I've been giving you, giving you, giving you, and you're not been giving back. So I do feel you're holding back, not giving what you're used to giving. If it's support, because of the star card coming out, maybe you've been overly supportive about the support issue. You've been very supportive, and now you feel like, okay, I've been very supportive about the situation. I kind of feel like someone's taking advantage here. That's really what it is. You're taking advantage of me. So I do feel like you have given what you can give and even over given to the situation. Looks like there's other things that are on your mind right now that you need to overcome some other challenges within your life and not really be worried about what's going on with them. This can also cause an over emotional mindset as well, because it could be getting to the point where it's like, you know, I can't just keep supporting you. I can't just keep giving to you. I have other things to do. Like maybe you have children, you have a job, you have other worries and other priorities that are going on, not just to give to this person, you know. And it does feel like if you are waiting for the Ace of Pentacles from them back, it looks like they're not going to give that, and you know that. And that's why it's kind of like, so I do feel like it does feel like they're kind of taking advantage of your generosity. Clarify on the Six of Cups next to the King of Wands. Why is the King of Wands next to the Six of Cups? Coming clean about the situation and moving on towards better, kind of like a better tomorrow about the situation, kind of like departing from this situation, departing from the past. I don't want to deal with this anymore. So it does feel like that's kind of like where you're taking the reins away and saying, I'm not going to, you know, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm getting too caught up within this situation, or you might feel like they are too caught up within this situation and kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like they're getting themselves caught up into a situation for some of you, and they're catching you into that mess, and you're kind of like, nah, I got to break away. I don't want to be a part of that. Just because my generosity was there and I'm trying to help you do all these things doesn't mean I really want to stay in this situation. For others of you, it's almost like you kind of regret helping them in this situation because it feels like they just keep going back to the same problem. So it's almost like you're helping them. Now I can see where the over emotional is. You know, it's not a bad thing. It's actually just kind of like your own, it's like your own safety net, right? Because I kind of see where they're pulling you and dragging you into a direction that you're, you know, it's almost like I'm trying to take you out of this area, but you keep dragging me into this situation. Or the more I keep trying to help you, but yet you're still staying over there. Like, for instance, if you're helping someone stay away from drinking And they keep saying they don't want to drink, they don't want to drink, they don't want to drink. But yet when you go to see them, a vodka bottle sitting next to them. That would be very frustrating. See the point? So it's almost like they have no willpower. But that you're over here helping them out in this situation and being very generous with your time, with your love, with your money, with everything. But it's almost like they keep saying they're going to do something, but yet every time you turn around, they're doing what they said they're not going to be doing. That's literally what it seems like. So it's almost like they're getting caught up in a situation that you're trying to move them out of a situation. No matter what the situation is you're moving away from that situation because you're not going to get caught up in this situation anymore. You see what I'm saying? It's like you've had enough. It's the test of your faith for sure. It's causing too many arguments and too much friction. There's a lot of loss, and there could even be some theft within a situation. I see the thief card over here too. So you might even feel like it's coming to the point where it's like thieving your heart, thieving your generosity. Maybe you literally even gave them money and you felt like they took from you. I don't know what kind of love this is. This is no real love over here. I don't know what you're dealing with in this relationship. I don't know who this boyfriend, this girlfriend, this spouse is. I don't know. But there's a lot of, kind of a lot of darkness in this reading. A lot of things that are testing your might and testing your faith when it comes to your boundaries, what you're going to take and what you're not going to take within this situation. This might not resonate with everybody. If it doesn't, please go watch your, rising moon or Venus, right? Because it literally, that's what it is. And it looks like you're kind of standing up for yourself when it comes to this situation. Because it's almost like they're not getting where you're coming from. I hope this resonates with somebody. I'm pretty sure it does. I mean, I've never had a reading that doesn't resonate with people, but I'm just saying, it's like I'm going to stand over here on my own 2 feet, but you don't understand where I'm coming from, right? Literally, this is being taken advantage of. Yeah. They're being very rigid and stubborn about the situation. And there's a lot of reckless situations going on over here. This person could have just gotten out of jail as well. Why do I feel that? Where the hell did that come from? I don't know. I see the 4 of Wands, and I don't know. It's in reverse, but for some reason, with the Hermit next to it in reverse, I just felt like somebody may have just gotten out of jail not too long ago. And it just feels like they're on the route to back to where they came from. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like you're trying to tell them, why would you want to take this route again? That's not for everybody, of course. Take what resonates, what doesn't, throw away. But I just feel like for some of them, whoever this is for, this person is like on their way back to, end up breaking parole, breaking probation, doing something of this nature where they're going to end up back in the cell, back in jail. For others of you, it just feels like it's kind of like they're back to doing something that we're in Mercury retrograde, so there could be a back to doing something, right, that they did before. And so you're ready to withdraw from this situation. It's almost like they've lost their way. And it's almost to the point where it's like you're saying, I can't do this anymore because you're not listening to me. You're not trying. Eight of Wands. Yeah, so you're like holding off. There's that holding off again, that feeling that I felt in the very beginning of the reason. I'm holding off. I'm pulling away. I'm pulling away. I'm taking back what's mine. I'm holding off, pulling away. This is very selfish of them. You feel like they're putting you in a selfish, could even be putting you into a position putting you into a position where it's very selfish and it's only one-sided for them. But you might even feel like with them hanging around with these, I don't know what is going on, hanging around these people, doing whatever they're doing, might even be putting you into a bad position for you and your children, you and your family, maybe just yourself. Something is going on. It's causing a lot of anxiety. It could even be infidelity, so they might even be running around with someone else. Could be a Libra, Aries, Sagittarius. You could be feeling very overwhelmed about this. Maybe you know that they're hanging around this other person. And they could be lying to you, but you know, yeah, look at that. I said they could be lying to you and the devil flies out. Yeah, they could be lying to you. Could be a lot of codependency. Maybe they feel very codependent on you. Even if they are trying to be in a different relationship or whatever toxicities that they're doing, they always feel like they always have to come back to you. I don't know whose energy this is, but it is really strong. And it's some kind of material. It's some kind of material. There's some kind of material about it as well. It could just be the household itself. I don't know. There's a lot of temptation and a lot of behavioral issues going on over here where they always feel like they're tempted to have to come back. So they feel very addicted to you, very chained to you. I think for a lot of you, you know this. Maybe in the materials too, because maybe they keep their belongings at your house. I'm hearing that as well. Like they keep all their shit here, but they're gone for days for some of you. Or I had all their shit while they were in jail. So they would have some place to come back to. They had to have some place for parole, for probation, something. I don't know what's going on. But you feel like you're very stuck within this situation. And you know that there's a lot of careless behavior over here. And I think that the carelessness more than anything is the carelessness with your heart. I do think sometimes they do bring you gifts, to try to, emotionally stabilize the situation. It's always about creating some kind of new conflict, though. And it's mostly because there is a lack of direction in this relationship. So it's kind of like out the door, back and forth, back and forth. I think they're in the house, out of the house, in the house, out of the house. So there's definitely something coming in where they want some kind of forgiveness from you. They want you to forgive them because they know they're screwing up. They know that they're being foolish. Yeah, they know that that you carry all the extra burdens, all the extra weight when it comes to this relationship. But it's crazy because it's almost like they're saying, but they know that there's no completion to this situation. Because no matter to them, what they see in themselves is they don't see themselves really changing. They're too obsessed with what's going on, too obsessed with this kind of like false success that they've made for themselves, too addicted to whatever it is that's made them addicted. Some of them are very heavy into the streets. I don't know who that's for. Meaning that I live on the streets. You know what I mean? Like I work the streets. If you selling, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to put too much on here because, you know what I mean? Because get demonetized or something, say something wrong that I don't know, then why? And then I won't even know why. They won't even tell me exactly why. But it's something about maybe running the streets. So I come to you when I need a place to kick it because, that's us though. That's our relationship. That's the way it's been. Something like that. But they don't see anything changing. They just see it as a cycle. It's just a cycle in this relationship. This is the way it is. But it's almost like you want to the point to where you want things to change. But they're not really seeing anything change. They want to be the Page of Cups. But they know that there's just this karmic circle between the two of you that just keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's kind of crazy because it's almost like as soon as they sober up or they do whatever they're doing, they see new possibilities of them coming in as this beautiful Page of Cups, but then they don't know how to keep that. They don't know how to hold on to that. They want to make some kind of happy surprise. They want to make things different. They want to make that stuff, but they don't have the courage. They're too weak. They don't know how to commit themselves to teamwork with the Nine of Cups. It's almost like the Nine of Cups. This is what I want for you and me, babe, is kind of like what they're saying, right? I love you. This is the way I want to be, but I can't do it. I don't know how. So all of this ends up happening, and then you get all, hurt and all over emotional for all the good reasons. And that's a lot of stress. And then the way they're carrying stress is nowhere near the way you're carrying stress. And they want it to work out, but for some reason they have this third-party situation thing going on over here that's always keeping them away from where they should be, which is with you, right? It's crazy. Okay. Which there are so many relationships like this in the world. It's not, this is not a reading that's super unheard of. If anything, this is a reading that's actually, there's a lot of these readings going on. I see a lot of these in personal readings when I do personal readings. So yeah, they want to reconcile the situation. But, the problem is with the reconciliation of this kind of scenario is that you reconcile for a while and then they end up going right back to being harmful again, poison again. They need some kind of, they need some kind of counseling. You two need like relationship counseling, or they need counseling or something, right? Or have a good friend come over and counsel you guys, through good friendship. Yeah, because there's a lot of punishment. Right? And it feels like punishment. It feels like punishment on both sides, because you could feel like they're punishing you. They could feel like you are punishing them when you're mad at them. And the whole situation is just kind of its own punishment. It's karmic. That's because it's karmic. Right? But they're afraid that you're going to make this firm rejection and you're going to just tell them, I'm done. There's not going to be a reconciliation. I'm done. And that's what they're really fearful of. That's why they want to come back over here as the Page of Cups. I see it, because they're afraid that's it. You've moved into this area where you're like, you're hazardous, you're toxic, and I'm done. And that's what they're fearing about the situation. They're fearing that you're done. They want to have the clarity and the reassurance that, maybe we can pacify this situation. Maybe we can, they want to try to come back and persuade you into, there it is again. But it's kind of crazy, though. If they know that there's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, if they know it's a karmic trench that they just keep doing, then why would you just want, maybe it's something they're trying to break. They're just saying, I can't resist you. You're something that I have to have. You are my land of love. You are my balcony. You are my sunshine. My thing here is that there is just not enough inner strength and independence going on within this person to make any kind of rash judgment. You see what I'm saying? Like everything they're making, like there's nothing rational about what they're doing. And that's really what it is. So it's pretty much everything they're saying most of the time is pretty illogical. It's kind of crazy because it's kind of like, this is what I really truly want deep within my heart, but I do the opposite. That sounds like addictions to me. Because that's what people who have addictions do. They know deep down inside themselves what they truly want, but then that bottle just keeps calling them back, calling them back, calling them back. To where it just becomes irrational. It's just, there's nothing there to be able to really get to where their heart's true desire is, because they have all of this haze and phase and addiction blocking what they truly desire. And that's what keeps you in addiction. Because then you can just say, well, I'll do it tomorrow. But the true underlining piece of their soul knows this is what they truly, truly want, but they have to get past that chain first. Okay, my friends, and that was it for you. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.